Hello, welcome to Fininvest Niger. My name is Tom Princeville. I'm a certified securities and investment specialist, and I've been investing for the past 20 years. In the course of this presentation, I want to tell us about the fundamental analysis of Berger Paints PLC, the fundamental analysis of Berger Paints PLC. And we want to commence with the company's revenue as indicated on the board here. The company made a revenue of 12.991 billion naira in the full year 2025 as against 10.832 billion in the full year 2024. There is an increment of roughly 2 billion naira between the full year 2025 and the full year 2024. We now come to the profit, the gross profit here. The company generated a gross profit of 5.753 billion naira, a gross profit of 7.573 billion naira, as against 3.844 billion naira. That's a difference of about this approximately 4 billion, this approximately 6 billion. A difference of approximately 2 billion naira was recorded within that same period, in gross profit. We also want to highlight the operating profit. The operating profit here is 2.226 billion naira in the full year 2025 as against 1.119 billion naira in the full year 2024. And so there is a difference of about a billion naira between both years. We also want to highlight the profit before tax. The profit before tax for this company, Berger Paints, is given as 2.286 billion naira, 2.286 billion naira in the full year 2025, as against 1.129 billion naira in the year 2024. That's the profit before tax. And for the profit after tax, after normal government taxation, the company made a profit of 1.483 billion, 1.483 billion as against 610.86 million. All right. And so there was an increment, from 610.8 million to 1.483 billion naira. And that's amounted to, over 400 million naira in the difference, in profit after tax for both full year 2025 and full year 2024. Now we come to the earnings per share. The earnings per share actually is the most significant figure in the analysis we've conducted so far. All right, don't be carried away by the bigger figures here, the bigger billions you are seeing here. Those ones are quite important, but the very important figure here is the smaller values, that are indicated here, representing earnings per share. We discovered that there was a growth in earnings per share from 2 naira 11 kobo to 5 naira 12 kobo. And the most exciting part of it is that there was a more than 100% increase in earning per shares, which made this particular company a fantastic candidate for your portfolio. You look at the earning per share, it jumped from 2 naira 11 kobo to 5 naira 12 kobo. There is a more than 100% increase in earning per share. And so this earning per share is what governs the company's dividend payout as well as future future price growth, future price appreciation. Those factors, are regulated by the earnings per share. So this aspect is the profit and loss aspect of the financials of the company. We now want to look at the skeletal version of the balance sheet as well as the cash flow statements. Now let's look at the other section of our table. So the price of the stock, the current price here is 66 naira. That's the current price of the stock indicated here is 66 naira. Now, the shares outstanding is 290 million naira. Of course, this particular value, this figure varies from company to company. So for this particular company, Berger Paints, the shares outstanding is quite small, and the smaller the better, because the smaller the share outstanding, the bigger usually the earnings per share, because we're dividing the price, with a smaller value compared to dividing the price with a bigger value. And so the smaller this particular value they are, the shares outstanding, the bigger the earnings per shares you are going to get. And so the market capitalization is given as 19.13 billion naira. That's the market capitalization, 19, 0.13 billion naira. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You like this video and share it to people around you, so we can reach out to a larger population with this particular message of investing in the Nigerian stock markets. We want to educate Nigerians about the inherent wealth creation opportunities that could be found in the Nigerian stock market. And so we now come to what is called the PE ratio. The PE ratio here is given as 12.89. This particular value is giving us an idea of whether the company is actually cheap or not in relation to other companies in the sector and in the entire market by and large. The figure here is at 12.89. There's another company in this same sector known as CAP PLC, or Chemical and Allied Product PLC. They are also into production of paints in an industrial chemical. So that particular company has a PE ratio of 10.92 compared to 12.89 for Berger Paints. So that other one is somewhat slightly cheaper than Berger Pen. But Berger Pen actually is a very good company, is a very good candidate, considering the fact that the company had, a more than 100% increase in the earning per shares. And so we want to highlight the equity. The equity here simply means the total assets minus the total liabilities. Total assets minus total liabilities will give you the equity. And so the equity here is 4.91 billion naira. 4.91 billion naira. And this indicates how strong the balance sheet is. The bigger the equity, the stronger the balance sheet. This particular figure is telling us that yes, the company's asset is able to properly cover its liability. We now come to the last aspect of for analysis here, which is the cash flow statements. We are just highlighting the cash value, the cash holdings of this particular company. That's cash at hand and cash in the bank. It is 2.06 billion naira. So the company is cash rich. As it generates profit here, we could see it here. The profit is about 1.4 billion profit after tax. And after that particular profit, the company is able to keep aside 2.06 billion naira in cash. So the company is cash rich, all right. It can be shaken by contingency events. In case the company needs to raise capital for its operation, it may not need to borrow from the bank. It can use the cash it has here to meet emergency expenditure, as the case may be. Now, how do we calculate this particular value, the PE ratio? You simply divide the price of the company here, which is 66 naira, by 5 naira 12 kobo. You divide 66 by 5 naira 12 kobo, that will give you a PE ratio of 12.89. All right, this is the PE ratio. That's price earning ratio. So this particular company, you know, I want to give it a buy recommendation, majorly for the fact that there had been, I keep on emphasizing that there's been, a more than 100% increase in earning per share. Whenever there's that particular level of increase, I'm usually attracted to that particular company. But this will indicate precisely the fact that of all things being equal, the company is likely to double in the next 12 to 18 months, all things being equal, with this rate of growth. Should in case the company doubles its earning per share again in the future, you discover that this particular company price will jump from 66 to over 100 naira, from 66 to over 100 naira in the next 12 to 18 months, if this performance is maintained in subsequent quarters. So although the entire exercise here is for entertainment purposes, merely an academic, an academic endeavor, an academic exercise, but all the same, at the end of the day, I'm still placing a buy recommendation for this particular company, Berger Paints PLC. It could be, parts and parcel of your portfolio if you so wish. Thank you very much for watching, and you could also access other videos in my channel, and I will help you become a better and more informed investor, because the more you learn, the more you earn. The better informed you are, the better your return on investments would likely be.